The time is 5:19 right now, and it's about to turn 5:20. In fact, just now it turned 5:20. So you can see it as 19 turning into 20, and today, in fact, was the 19th day of Kislev, and it's turning into 20. And I'm doing some really interesting experiments with different ideas in quantum physics, quantum mechanics, these kinds of interesting ideas. And today was the 19th day of Kislev. Out of all days, I think the most amazing day to experience this is today, when it's said to be the Rosh Hashanah, the New Year, or the birthday of Hasidim. Well, there's another time when the Baal Shem Tov had his revelation about, so that was really the official birthday of Hasidim, but this is like the Rosh Hashanah, the New Year of Hasidim. It had to do with the Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, Rabbi Shneur Zalman, I think his last name was Borachlov, or Borachovich, one of those, revealed the secrets of Hasidism, taking the mystical aspects, the inner dimension of the Torah. And I'm experiencing some interesting things today. And my trying to understand Einstein's theory of special relativity. You just get my pie chart, because I'm also experimenting with recursion. Sort of like this idea of the same theme is happening over and over again. Like, for example, like I just mentioned, as I opened the video with 19 and 20, the 19th and the 20th, and I think about, like, Corona was called COVID-19. Really, it happened in 2020. Like 19 turned into 20, and then many other things that are 19 and 20, and so one thing I experienced today, what was so interesting, is I'll read a short description of Einstein's theory of special relativity and just what we can take from it. It says that Einstein postulated that nothing can move faster than the speed of light. Okay? Maybe that's debatable, maybe that's not. I've heard that the speed of truth is something, but maybe that's not physical. In terms of physical things, that light's the fastest. He further conjectured that as objects accelerate toward the speed of light, they will become shorter in the direction that they are traveling. Their mass will become greater and time will pass more slowly for them. In other words, when you're moving faster physically, then time is slowing down a little bit. But if you're completely stationary, time is moving faster. It sounds like if time is just a fixed thing, then how could it move faster or slower? But I experienced it today. So I'm usually working here in my home, and I'm sitting down, and I'm very it's a very concentrated, very focused kind of reality. It's very numerical, and it's connected to the time. You could say that I would be a clock watcher, but I watch the clock in a way that I'm not waiting for the next minute to happen, so that when can I get out of here. I'm watching the clock to learn, to gematriatically expand my mind, because gematria is the practice of assigning numerical values to letters and words. So if I can look at the clock and I can see 5:24, I would think, what equals 5:24? And then as it turns to 5:25, what equals 5:25? 5:26, 5:27. 5:27 equals Moshe Yaakov. Do you know someone named Moshe Yaakov? Well, it's going to be Moshe Yaakov o'clock in about 3 minutes. Off the top of my head, I didn't know 5:24. But I know 425. But anyway, that's a permutation. But 254 I also know. But ain't nothing like the real thing, like the song says. So it's good to know the number in itself. Sometimes you get too much into permutations and you end up doing only the permutations and not the thing itself. So it's good to know, keep the priorities straight. There's nothing like the real thing. Okay? 526 is 526 and it's not 625. But it's good to know how to use permutations. But getting back to the point, I'm usually in my place, like I was saying, very, very mental, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm doing my work, and I'm connecting the work with the clock, and the clock with the work, and it's all this one, like, thought time kind of a thing. Like Einstein had his space time. I have this thought time. I think everyone does, but I'm really into thought time. I'm trying to measure it, I'm trying to use it, and see how it correlates with space time. Okay, fine. But today something happened. Today someone contacted me and said, "Would you like to get together?" And I have to go to be at a certain place at a certain time, and I got to go across town, and I'm in a state where I'm much more fast moving physically than I usually am. Now I'll just say this: I don't know if anyone can relate out there to this, but I'm just seeing time move so much faster now. I don't know if it's really moving faster, or if it's just perception, but I can literally see the minutes just like melt away. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like the minutes are just vanishing. Like I'm looking at the clock, I'm seeing each hour pass by like it's just really like just like 15 minutes. Like an hour now is what 15 minutes used to be back in the day. But whatever that day was. But anyway, today, okay, from the time of, let's say 3:30 up until say 5, I was out and about, hailing down a cab, going across town, trying to look, going into a building, knocking on the door, calling out this, that, the other. Turns out he wasn't there, or maybe I got the wrong building. But I went across town, and so I'm like, okay, this is a waste. And I'm walking around, I'm walking on the street, and then I flagged down another cab. I'm going here and there, and the time was going so much slower when I was doing all that. I mean, it looked like I did so much in that time. I truly experienced a slower time during all of that. And now I'm back here at home in my stationary place, and time is just moving much quicker. I really experienced firsthand this theory of relativity. Try it. Maybe you have a different result, but that's my experience. So I chose to say this. This is really the segment that I call Studying the Infinite Number Pi with Yehoshua. If you've made it this far, I haven't lost you by now. But anyway, so Einstein, his birthday is March 14th, and that's the first three digits of pi. And my study in pi is about understanding things from the very simple, basic level, and deeper and deeper. And so, what I've been doing was taking a thematic number of the day and finding it in pi in a few methods. You can either find the number itself, or you can find the placement of it, which gives you a coordinate, like a 2-point coordinate. It's like not only do you have that number, but you have another number. It's like the number you're looking for and the number where that number shows up in. So it's like a crossroads. So today was the 19th day of Kislev. So the idea is to, what I was doing before was just reciting that many numbers of pi by memory. But my top level of memory of pi was 624. That's where it stands right now. 624 digits of pi. 3 counted as the first digit. Some don't count it. Some count the 1 as the first digit. By memory. And I've recited it before. And the first 300, I say it pretty clearly. The next 300, I go a little slower. And by the last few lines, I'm going really slow because I'm trying to remember it. But I think if rather than doing that, I'll just recite them to make my study. I just read them out loud, sing them actually, that's what I do. And until I know them well enough to say them in my heart. So I'm just reviewing them. So now I'm going to recite 919. I'm going to sing 919 digits of pi because 919 is 919. 9 is the ninth month. We're in the 9th month, Kislev, Hebrew. And which goes back to September, the 9th month of the Gregorian, but don't want to get too carried away here. The 919th digit pi will be an 8, starting from the 3, 7 if you start from the 1. But the word of pi, what I call the word of pi, is 873, which really, really connects to today. And it connects 378, which is Bishalom. Pada Bishalom Nashi Mikrav Li Ki Rabim Hayu Imadi. Psalms, I think 55. I think 19. Or is it 1955? No, it's 55:19. I think it's Dunhei. It does. Well, so maybe. Sometimes I get off on these, but anyways, I'm not always correct. But 873, since I work with permutations, is 378. It's also bet $1 million, $2 million. And someone asked me today, do you have 2 million shekel? The cab driver asked me, do you have 2 million shekel? Which is very interesting. But 873 is 378 Bishalom. And it also is 738 or 783. One of those two is the first time the word Gimel, the letter Gimel shows up in the Torah, which is Me'arot HaGedolim, the great lights. It's like Shnei Or. Shnei Or is like the 2 lights, and Shnei Zalman of the Yadi is when he was released from prison today. So it makes sense that 919, the Tes Kislev, connects to those ideas. So that was a teaching up for today, and let's start it. I'm not going to do it by heart, I'm just going to sing it. 314-159-265-358-979 3238-46264-338-327 950-288-419-716-939 937-510-582-097-494 459-230-781-640-628 620-899-862-803-482 534-211-706-798-214 808-651-628-230-664 709-384-460-955-058 223-172 535-940-812 848-111-745-028 270-193-852-110-555 964-462-294-895-493. Usually I go 964-462-294-895-493. That's usually what I do, but anyway. 038-196-442-881-097 566-593-344-612-847 564-823-378-378-316 527 120 190-914-564 856-692-346-034 861 045-432-664-821-339 360-726-024-914-127 372-458-700-660-631 558-817-488-852-092 096-282-925-409-171 536-436-789-259 036. So give me a drink here. Right now, we're going into the Yud Tes Kislev, going into Chav. In the Chabad world, they're the same thing. They're like one part, one holiday. And what I pointed out, Shabbat Machazol was Yudah Chazol. Every single day I say Shabbat Machazol. Like the Machazol. Ja, Chazol. It's only 5:36. Okay. I went this wild goose chase, man. You want some cheese? You think they ever heard about the Shabbat Machazol? You want some cheese? Yehoshua. It's weird, man. I'll tell you, I was over there. I was thinking, dude, if me and Ruben were meant to meet today, he would have called me, man. We weren't meant to meet. We were not meant to meet. I told the cab driver I went over there. Well, there's no one there. He said it's from God. It's true. You want some cheese? All that traveling. Strange, man. I'll tell you, it was the weirdest thing. I called out his name. Ruben! Needed that. Well said. It's the Kenzine of it. Sometimes you don't know. I went to a very interesting debate a few nights ago about Toby Slinger versus a pastor in Australia named Michael Williams. It was a spirited debate. The title was Is Jesus the Promised Jewish Messiah? That was a debate. I remember which number I left off at. 36. Called Yontif. It's really Yontif right now. I can really feel it. We're still recording. 919 occurs at 919 digits in pi. Takes you to 873. It's 8 actually. The coordinates are G. Wow. Those who live in Jerusalem probably know about alma soup. You ever heard of alma soup? What do you think about alma soup? You like it? Think it's good soup over there? I like it. It's good soup. For my brothers tonight. We're holding my 36. Okay, by the way, the coordinates are G31 is where the 9 and 19 is off, so let's continue. Zero zero one one three three 053 054 882 046 652 138 414 695 194 151 160 943 305 727 036 575 959 195 309 218 611 738. Is there permutation? 738. 193 261 179 310 511 854 080 7446 237 996 274 956 735 188 575 272 489 122 793 818 301 194 912 983 367 336 244 065 664 308 602 139 494 639 522 473 719 070 217 986 094 370-277-053-921-717 629-317-675-238 467 481-846-766-940 513 200 056 812 714 526 356 082 778 577 134 275 778 960 917 363 717 872 146 844 090 090 yeah 122 495 343 014 654 958537105079227 968925892354201 995611212 902-196-086-403-441-815-981 362-977-477-130-996 051-870-721-134 999-999 dun 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 oh 99999 that's the Feynman point right there. There's 6 nines in a row. 999-999 dun 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 837-2970-804. That's the cab that I wanted to say. Middle, yeah. 804-973-173-172-996-318-595-0-245-944-690-830-264-252 230-825 334-468-503 526-193 118-817-101-000 313-783-875 288-658-753 320-838-142-061-717 766-194-730 359-825-349-042 875-546 8 right there. That's the 919th digit of pi, and then if you count from the 1, it's 7, and then the word is 873.